Yo, what up? Hi there. Welcome. Alright, let's get started with the ranking. First shard we're gonna try on the Conjure Shards is Thrashing Tentacle. You get this from the first boss of the game, by far. Yeah. So you'll need New Game Plus to actually increase the grade, yeah? Alright, now. Let's test out how powerful it is. That's great. There we go. Ooh, he hit twice there. But watch this. There we go. And it's decent. Of course, we can do... Yeah, I think that's pretty decent. Not sure what element it uses. Probably strike or something. As you can see, it's a full screen clear. Playing not as good against bosses. But against large groups of enemies, look at that. Yeah, against large groups of enemies, it's pretty OP, man. Watch this. Just wreck them all. Of course, the cost is pretty high early on, so you probably won't be using it towards the start of the game unless you're really wanting to get rid of mobs pretty quickly. Yeah. Yeah, I give it... It's okay. I mean, it's okay for clearing mobs early in the game. You need to rank it up, of course, to make it really strong. Alright, the next one we're going to look at is Bloodsteel. I have an idea. Let's get out this sword, yeah. Now watch this. We're gonna make this guy bleed a lot. And hit him tons of times. As you can see, Time Stop is clearly broken. Of course, that's not really the point. What Bloodsteel does is it lets you absorb blood like this. And that lets you recover some health. That's pretty much it. That's pretty much what it does. I wish you could increase the grade, but no. You can't. Because it's used for solving a puzzle in the game. You can't really grade it up, to be honest. It's decent recovery, I think. 80 MP, just like Thrashing Tentacle. Although at that point you'll have way more MP. Alright, the next one we're gonna get in. Bloodsteel's okay. I mean, recovery is always nice. Also, if you just make enemies bleed, you can just use it to get a few quick recovery. It's really good in the Bloodless campaign since, well, they'll be using it a lot to recover. Any kind of blood, it's pretty good. Next, let's look at Dragonic Rage. Oh yeah, this one is powerful.
Take that! Come forth from the dark blue! Take that!
There we go.
Come forth from the dark blue!
Yeah, it really has
Answer
that.
my call!
There's kind of a weird hitbox on this.
Come forth from the dark blue!
We did quite a bit of damage there. Let's test it again.
Come forth from the dark blue! Come
Look how
forth
awesome
from the
that
dark
is.
blue!
That's a lot of attack power for your value, man.
Take that!
Of course, the bad news is the cost, of course. I'm currently using the Feeble Glasses. Alright, let's get out the Gauge Glasses so we can really see how much damage we're doing.
Answer my call!
Look at that.
Answer my call! Answer my call!
Now we're just knocking out at the
Come forth from the dark blue! Answer my call!
There, now it's down to 0. As you can see, that took quite a bit of MP, though. I mean, look at the cost. That's quite high for that. So, it is a good boss killer, though. Provided the first location you can get it is the library. And it's a little hard to get. You have to kill a dragon a bunch of times. And it takes endgame stuff to fully upgrade it, of course. But, you know, really powerful. That MP cost is expensive, though. Cerulean Splash. I mean, 15 MP. And this is the start. This is one of the ones you start. This is the first one you get in the game. I mean, 15's not too bad, but let's see the damage, man. Got a bouncing butter shot that you can send out. You can send them out quite rapidly like that. How many can I throw at a time? And you can throw quite a bit of them at a time. Not too bad against too bad. And they do okay damage, I think. I, of course, have them at max grade and max level. But you can upgrade them pretty early. It's sort of like using Mario's fireballs, I think. Now that... They just bounce all over the place and just damage things. Not quite as good against aerial threats. Of course, I'm using a skull necklace. Alright, let's check out the next shard, huh? Yeah, Cerulean Splash is okay. I mean, it's decent. I like how fast you can throw it out, too. And how many of them you can throw out at a time. Actually, it's not too bad for the value. Alright, Kale Crawler. This one's also one you get really early in the game. Get it from the first harpy enemy you see. Hell, it's in the shockwave that travels around the ground, man. And not quite as good as Cerulean Splash, I think. Oh, you can throw them out pretty quickly. Yeah, I should probably put on Beetle's glasses, huh? Yeah, you can throw them out pretty quickly. Do okay damage. Nothing really amazing, to be honest. But you can throw them out pretty quickly, too. You can throw them out pretty quickly, so I guess that's pretty good DPS, I think. The value's not too bad. A little more expensive than Cerulean Splash. Alright, the next one is a personal favorite of mine that you get very early. You get it from the Dual Hammer. It's a really decent... It does strike damage. And strike damage is decent. Strike damage is pretty decent, I think. Especially against armored enemies. And you can just throw it out pretty quickly. It does quite a bit of damage. It's not as fast as the previous two. That's fast enough to hit. That's fast enough. It does relatively decent damage, man. Pretty good, I think. In fact, and let's check it out. Whoops. Hold on while I get out Accelerator. It's pretty good at clearing mobs, too. Pretty good hitbox on that. I'd say it's pretty decent. I'd say it's pretty decent. Way better than Kale Crawler, to be honest. Mainly because of the giant hitbox that doesn't just travel on the ground. And you can just use it, and it can hit enemies that are inside walls. Alright, next one is... I think... the Summon Rat. Oh well, let's try this.
Come! Go!
Oh wow, they really are going out just randomly. They aren't doing a lot of damage, you see. Ooh, they explode and send out a bunch of rats everywhere? Unfortunately, they kind of do their own thing. So they're kind of unreliable. That ending explosion with the rats, though. Yeah, this is not really great. We managed to kill him with it, though. Okay, then. Yeah, it's not really that great. Let's see how effective these are against regular enemies.
Answer my call. Come.
I don't like that the rats just do their own thing, man. Oh, that explosion hit the enemy in the air. There's leaving behind exploding rats. Oh, we got a pork cutlet, yeah. And unfortunately, they really want to do their own thing. Yeah, I rate this pretty low, to be honest. Yeah, it's way too much investment for... I'll say it's pretty... I'll say it costs the same as Head Flail, but it's nowhere near as good. Ooh, the next one is gonna be awesome, I can tell. Well, I say that. Now, they're sort of bouncing all over the place and circling the enemy. Now they're doing some damage. What type of damage are they doing? Probably strike. They sort of circle around, they hit the enemy. They're not really that great DPS, to be honest. And you can only send out at max level on this, you can only send out like 3 at a time. Ow. I wonder how effective they are against the regular mobs. There we go, got him. How effective are these against the trash though? Yeah, they sort of fly around. They sort of circle and home in on the enemies. They do circle and home in on nearby enemies. I guess that's something. Fortunately, if the enemies are quick enough, you can just dodge them. I mean, it's okay. And not really blowing me away with that. Ooh, summon bat. Let's try this one. Now just send a bunch of bats. Not really very fast. They do hit several times. Here there's 1% chance. Here's a 1% chance that they'll do a giant bat. They're not very quick though. They hit multiple times, and they were really, really good against the Twin Dragon boss. Well, they're decent enough at dealing with the mobs at least. Of course, they kind of are unpredictable in their flight pattern. A little unpredictable in their flight pattern, though. I like that they can go out and just ram into enemies. Not too bad against the trash mobs, but against bosses, not really that much. But if you're fighting the Twin Dragon, it's pretty decent. Alright, one I haven't tried yet. Let's try it out. Well, they're sort of bouncing all over the place, doing their own thing. Well, they're not very effective against the boss here. They just sort of bounce all over the place, doing their own thing. But you can send several of them out at a time. That they aren't really that effective against the boss. I imagine they might be better against some bosses rather than others. They seem to be decent mob clearing. Alright, let's check it out. Yeah, get them, my monkeys. Yeah, more decent against the mobs than the boss, to be honest. And let's try the next one. Ooh, wow. Turns out rather quick-moving dogs. They do a little bit of damage. Not much. They cost the same as the Simian. think I'd rather be using head flail though.
Come.
I can only send out 3 at a time. And you sort of run all over the place. These are just running around back and forth, doing their own thing.
Go. Come.
And they just go in a straight line.
Come.
So when you throw them out, they get thrown in an arc. Well, at least you can use them in the air.
Take this.
Not really blowing me away. Just use head flail instead, man. Next one's a bit more expensive on cost. Shovel armor.
Come. Go.
As you can see, this is what they do.
Take this.
Oh, they're pretty decent at what they do. You can only send out 2 of them at a time. There's a chance you will get a giant shovel. There we go. I was just saying there was gonna be a giant shovel armor. And it showed up for me. Well, they are certainly effective against Belmont. How they do against the mobs?
Go. Come.
Well, we got the giant shovel armor. We got giant shovel knight again.
Onto
Yes, this is shovel knight. Wait for it, put it in. We got spiral sword there.
Go. Come.
Without wait for its involvement, we wouldn't have this. I think it's pretty good. It might be a bit tricky to get that hitbox because the dirt goes in an arc. Once if the enemies move behind it, it's going to be harder for it to hit. So you just need to get the enemies in the hitbox, and they'll be taking quite a bit of damage. They're better shards, but it's okay. I think it's decent. Alright, let's try summon Water Leaper next.
Come. Go.
Wait, what?
Come. Take
Well, this is certainly quite a surprise.
Go.
I like that they hit several times with their attack.
Onto my. Go.
I just wish they wouldn't.
Come. Take this. Come.
And they're doing ice damage too.
Go.
Look at this.
Go.
Anything their propeller hits is gonna take damage. I'd say at next level I'd say this is better than I thought it was gonna be. I'd say this is okay.
Go. Come.
Granted, I wish their hitbox was a little lower. Imagine how powerful that would be. Yeah. Water Leaper is pretty good. Well, it could be better though. Summon Beer.
Take this.
Well, they're not really very effective.
Gotcha. Come.
Come on, ram into the enemy. Going on with the physics of the room, they should be rolling into the enemy.
Go. Take this.
Plus, they only seem to damage the enemy when they roll into them. Is it more effective out here?
Go. Take this.
Oh, you can kick them, huh?
Go.
Yeah.
Go.
Oh, you can kick them like a soccer ball. That's sort of like a Yorick Skull, man.
Gotcha. Go.
Yeah, I'm gonna rate this pretty low, though. It's
Go.
not great. It's not really great. You can kick them around, though. I guess it's something. Alright, let's check out Summon Insect next.
Come. Onto my call.
Well, it does do poison. And they're just pulling, and they're just
Go.
dive bombing the enemy over and over again. Well, they're better than Pure. Fortunately, they keep rising up. You're hitting over and over again, no? You do hit over and over. I do like that about them. Yeah. How good are they at mob clearing now? Which is a big part of the game. Ooh, they inflict poison. They sort of
Come!
Come on, just ram into the enemies.
Onto my go! Come!
If you're crowded, it seems like you can only send out like 3 of them at a time.
Go!
Plus, it's not guaranteed that they really hit stuff. But when they hit, they do poison. They can poison, at least. Yeah, not really feeling that. Alright, the best shard in the game. Freaking Summon Chair. Now, let me show you something real quick about Summon Chair. Before you say, Summon Chair, that's a useless shard. No, it's not. Actually, no, it's not. It actually has a use. Now, if we get Healer out, and we sit in a chair, you can heal your HP, you can quickly recover your MP. Now, some chairs seem to be more comfortable than others. Then you can just sit there and heal. You can sit there and heal, and you can use it in combination with healing. Of course, it's useless in battle, but that doesn't make it useless. We gotta try Summon Tracer. We gotta try to Summon Tracer next. Watch this, watch this. Wow. Wow, they're actually very quick and doing lots of damage. Now, these are higher DPS than the ones I've been testing earlier. How much do they cost? Well, like 50. So a little bit more expensive. Plus, you get it towards the end of the game anyway. But look at that. That was beautiful. I like that. They just hit everything on the ground, man. Oh, and they have a decent hitbox. Yeah, they're pretty good. These are really good. I like that. I like that a lot. Alright, Shuriken. I'd say the closer you are to the enemy, the more time you hit them. Seems like you can't really spam them out, though. But, you know, if you're really close to an enemy, you can just hit them multiple times. How much do these cost? Only 40? Oh, that's actually pretty good, then. Actually, a much more decent value than the others than the recent chart. Of course, it has less DPS potential. You can just toss it out there now. Look at this. Because you can't really pop it. There we go, that's pretty neat. I like that. That's decent enough. Alright, let's try it. Spears are just the same thing as Shuriken. Granted, they can still hit the enemy multiple times. They're not quite as quick to spam out as Shuriken are. But you know, that's actually pretty decent at beating a boss. Wow, not bad at mob clearing either. In fact, they hit multiple times on in fact, they hit multiple times like the Shuriken. Though they're a bit slower than the Shuriken, to be honest. But, yeah, they're good. Fly Trap, this one absolutely sucks. Yeah, maybe the enemy will step on it. How many can you toss out?
Answer my call! Come!
You can toss out like 5 of them. And look how useless they're being. Yeah, they are absolutely useless. They're just like Une, but worse. They're like Une from Aria of Sorrow, except worse in every way. And not good whatsoever. Granted, if the enemies were stationary, yeah, they're absolutely useless. I don't like that. Oh, but welcome company, though. Look at this. Look at this. Perfect for hitting everything. Perfect for protecting Miriam and smacking down everything. It's also really good at killing those freaking Medusa heads and getting them out of your face.
Arise, myself and my shadow!
And you can just reset them if your paintings are running low. And this costs very little. Costs less than throwing spears or costs about the same as using a shuriken. How effective are they against the boss?
Arise, myself and my shadow!
If you're beating up on them, at the same time while using it, it's very effective. Granted, I think their damage took a nerf since last. Granted, I think their damage took a nerf, and you get less painting. Damage got a little bit nerfed the last couple of updates. Yeah, that's decent. They're still really good though. Alright, let's try the throwing axe next. Welcome company is good. It just throws out a boomerang axe. Fire damage. And you can spam them out really quickly. How much do these cost? Like 50? It's actually not too bad. Nice big hitbox too. Nice hitbox on that. I like that. That's really good. I think standstill would be really good for that too. In fact, I want to try that now. No, it doesn't work with it. Oh, kinda works with it. Kinda works if you get the axe blade on them. See? I'd say that's pretty decent. Plus only 10 more than Welcome Company, too. So Axe Strike, let's try this one. This is gonna be like the Minotaur axe, isn't it? Since a huge shockwave to the ground. Deals a lot of damage. Yeah, it's sort of like the Minotaur's axe from Aria of Sorrow, guys. That little. Not little, but not quite that. Axe has a huge hitbox. Yeah, look at that. You can just spam them for days if you have to keep glasses. Granted, they do cost 120, so that's a really high cost. Death Cry, another one of my favorites. Look at that damage. Look at that. And you can just use standstill and make them do lots of damage. That's a lot of damage. Granted, they're not quite as effective as some in Hellhound, but look at that damage. I mean, look at this. what's not to love about that, man?
Gotcha.
Yeah, as you can see, it's really good. Alright, let's try Upbeat Beat. This one sucks.
There.
Yeah, it's all about proper spacing with this, but,
Behold, my shadow self. There.
yeah, I don't like this one.
Behold,
If ever going on the ground,
my
I'd like it a
shadow
little bit more.
self. Behold, my shadow self.
I think it's more for anti-air.
There.
It's more for anti-air.
Behold, my shadow self. There.
Yeah, I don't really like this one. I think it would be cooler since it's like a heavy metal guitarist and stuff. Fortunately, that's not the case. Yeah, no, I don't like it. Electric Storm. As you can see, it does poison damage, and you can throw them out pretty quickly. Granted, this boss actually resists the poison. Not bad. And it's no rigor. Summons a pillar of poison. I like the hitbox on it. Way better than Upbeat Beat. How much does this cost? Now, why would you spend 50 on Upbeat Beat when you can spend 40 on this? No. Oh boy, the next one is really good. Next one is really good. Look at that damage, man. Now watch this. This is the most OP thing you can do with this shard, yeah? Do that. Alright, let's try using it normally. Yeah, that's really good at killing bosses. Unfortunately, the cost is 200. So, unless you have the Jeebles glasses, you probably won't be spamming this out like a madman. Yeah. Alright, Jackpot. This one does have a use, but it's only really useful inside Millionaire Bane's room.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it's really impractical, and I don't really like using it. Come on, you got to get the effect off. As you can see, if the slot machines don't land on what they want to land, don't land on anything, they're useless.
Gotcha.
Finally, an attack. It usually does nothing, man. Yeah, it takes so long for it to actually do anything.
Take this.
If it ends in failure, you're out of luck, man. It takes a bit just to restart it, man. We haven't even gotten a good effect yet. Alright, an effect got off. That didn't last long. It's not really worth it. Not worth it unless you're in the Millionaire Bane's room. Alright, let's try this. Yeah, look at that damage. Right, this one also got nerfed. This is really good against Alfred, by the way, in the desert. Snow Shards will be pretty useless there. It's not quite as effective as it used to be. But look at that damage, look at that area of effect. How much does this cost? Like 30? And, you know, how much does this cost? Like 30 MP? You can get it right at the church? that AoE. Look at that. If you want mob clearing, that's the way to go, guys. If you want clearing mobs, that's the way to go. Fortunately, this thing does have a downside. If you're on the platform or if the terrain's like uneven, it's not really that great. So, yeah, you gotta keep that in mind too. But on flat surfaces, it's really excellent. Flat surfaces, really excellent, but everywhere else, not really. And not every enemy will be encountered on flat surfaces, unfortunately. Let's try this ice one. Wow, you can really spam this out really quickly. Wow, that was really quick. Only 40? Wow, only 10 more than Ricocurima, and it's way more effective. It also does ice damage. And it just hits everything around you. There we go. Excellent. Coming out too. Well, I like this one a lot. That's actually really good. There, that'll drop a bunch of ice. Actually, this will only kill things that are on the screen, actually. You can see it sends out chunks of ice down. Let's try it on the boss. Oh, you can hit. Oh, you get proper spacing on him. You can hit him a couple of times with it. And I like the other ice spells a little bit better. For clearing mobs, this is okay. But why would you use this one when you can use the other spell that's actually a lot better? These cost the same, and this one's actually way better. Iska's way better. It costs the same. You can get both of them for the. They're both good. Eh, this one's way better. All right, let's try this one. Wow, look at that. You have to quick out everything with lightning. That's the end of the air on this. Anything that gets hit by lightning will just get fried, man. It's multiple times, I think. That's okay for mobs, but what is this? Wow, it hit him lots of times there. This is really good in the boss. You can get it right when you get the dragon, so maybe it's really good against him. Of course, the cost 90. The cost though is kind of outrageous though. You may not want to do that. Look at that. Pretty good boss killer. Pretty good boss killer, but really expensive. Ooh, let's try the Holy Ray one. I don't like this. Keep taking beams of light. Try to home in, but they home in, but they're not very effective at homing in. I wouldn't use that against mobs. But the good news is they do light damage. They hit multiple times right there. How much does this cost? Like 60? Oh, they hit the boss multiple times. That's not... I guess that's not too bad. Granted, against slower bosses, this seems to be pretty good. Alright, let's get into the DLC one. Ooh, we're almost done. Yeah, I'd say that's... Just use that one. That's a little bit better for mobs, man. Plus it's much quicker. Can you even spam this out really quick? No, you can only, like, send out two at a time. I will sending them out two at a time make a difference, though. Now, maybe if your enemy is slow and not moving anywhere. Sadly, no. Let's get into the DLC one next.
Unacceptable.
Look at that. I'll just toss out my wine glass and be like, "What is a man? A miserable little pile of secrets."
Unacceptable.
They do.
Unacceptable. Unacceptable.
You can get the enemy in the hitbox of it. Yeah, it's pretty good. Way better than Unacceptable.
Unacceptable. Unacceptable. Gotcha.
You can spam that out.
Unacceptable.
Melt the enemies.
Unacceptable.
Melts them pretty quickly. Plus it only costs like 66.
Unacceptable. Unacceptable.
This also out a bit of narc.
Unacceptable.
Not good for enemies that are up above it.
Unacceptable. Unacceptable.
Plus I can't seem to hit enemies in the air with it.
Unacceptable. Unacceptable.
It only travels on the ground and you can't hit enemies with it directly that are in the air. And Rigastarima is a little bit better for anti-air. But this one is better for grounded enemies. This one costs 66. I'd recommend using this one over that. Just because it's cheaper and better for clearing out mobs.
Unacceptable.
And of course it has the same problems as it had before.
Unacceptable.
Well, if you don't miss the wine glass toss, it's pretty good. Alright, next one. 8-Bit Zombie. Oh, I kinda wanna try this, man.
Go.
Well, it sends out an 8-Bit Zombie that just bolts into the
Onto
wall.
my call. Come. Hi-ya.
Granted, they do high damage.
Go.
Fortunately, they won't turn around for anything.
Come.
How much does this cost? Well, 48. That's not too bad, to be honest. Alright. I'm sure this is god tier against mobs, though.
Come.
Oh, and I can use it in the air, too.
Onto my call. There. Come. Onto my there.
I can only send out 3 at a time. And... well, the hitbox is very big. I like the size of the hitbox and how much damage it does. I wish it was a little bit better against more mobile opponents, and
Onto my there.
I wish it was better against more mobile opponents. Not really something I would use against the boss, but excellent for mob clearing, I guess.
Come. There. Come. There.
Wow, they're like ghosts that are homing in on the target.
Come. Take this. Onto my come.
Well,
Go.
they're better than the first ghost, anyway. Massive hitbox on that.
Come. Take this. There.
After this enemy resists dark. This is your type of damage. It's dark, isn't it?
Onto my core. There.
Rather slow moving, too. A big little hitbox. Also, you just home in on the enemies, and just home in with their big cool hitbox. They home in very slowly, though.
Go.
You gotta keep that in mind, too. You may want to use something that's a little bit faster, to be honest. They're just tossing it right on top of an enemy. I'd say that's not too bad, but, Alright, 8-bit flame, we're gonna try it.
Go!
It summons 8-bit overlord, and look at that damage. Wow.
Take this!
Next set up a bunch of flame pillars, man. Granted, if the enemy gets behind the flame pillars, they'll be able to dodge it. This is pretty decent at killing bosses. Look at that damage, man. That may not seem like much compared to other shards. How much cost is this? Ooh, that's a really expensive cost, too. I'd say you're getting your value out of it, though. Yeah, it has some problems with terrain, it seems.
Come!
Plus it's a bit slow to start. Look at that. As long as enemies touch your hitbox with a flame, yeah.
Go!
You're probably gonna want something a little bit faster and less costly. Plus getting that one is kind of painful since you have to get it from the 8-bit nightmare. Meaning you have to do the 8-bit nightmare dungeon and you only get a chance of getting the shard. But it's very good at bosses. It's very good at against bosses at max level and rank. Granted, you can only throw out one at a time. I'd say it's pretty good against bosses.
Take this!
I'd say that's really good against boss. Well. So you're probably gonna want stuff that's... So how do I rank it? I think I like this one, with low cost and it's very quick and easy to spam out there. This one is really, really powerful. That's right, another good choice, but lots of cost. Throwing Axe was pretty good. Welcome Company is low cost and pretty good. It's especially good against those frickin' Medusa heads. Between Throw Spear and Shuriken, Throw Spear is more expensive and slower. Shuriken is a lot quicker, but costs less. I'd say go with that. Summon Tracer is really good. Summon Chair, while seemingly useless, you don't use it against a boss. Yeah, pretty good. Summon Insect, no, you don't talk about Summon Beer, that's... Summon Water Leaper was decent enough for the cost. Shelf Armor, okay. No, I don't think that one's good. Didn't like that one. Yeah, Summon Bat wasn't too bad. For cost, it's not too bad. I wish it was quicker to spam out, though. Summon Rat absolutely is still better than Flytrap. Cerulean Splash, I'd say it's a lot better than some of the ones that actually cost way more. Yeah, it's better than some of the things that cost way more. Gigantic Rage, very strong. And I'd say we're done with the video then. Thank you for showing up, man. Look at this. Thank you for watching. I hope you had fun. Remember to play games and have fun. Next time, I guess I'll be rating the freaking directional shards, I guess. As if anybody wants to see that. Goodbye.